I will go ahead and welcome you to today's lunch mob here on this fine April 6th, 2021. We have a very special guest today who will be with us for the hour, and we're going to do some fun things. We're going to do some trivia, we're going to give away some stuff, and I'm going to ask some potentially very embarrassing questions. So, without further ado, I will introduce Larry. And Larry, if I mispronounce, please accept my apologies. Fleischman. Hownd with Hownd. Hownd is a proven, automated, effortless, and pay only for results, foot traffic, and revenue generation platform. Through Hownd's partnership with Mesa, the city is paying your results driven pricing for a limited time to help you survive the economic impact caused by the pandemic. Larry's got a little bit to talk about an intro Hownd, and then we'll have a conversation with him. So, Larry, welcome.
All right, thanks, Bob. And you didn't mispronounce anything, so good job. You pronounced Larry perfectly. So my first lunch, Bob, thanks for inviting us. Glad to be a part of this. I don't know if any of you know anything about Hownd, and I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail. Thankfully, it's not a hard thing to explain, so it really should just take a couple of minutes. Sally and Bob and I, along with Jay, with the City Economic Development Department, the folks over at Visit Mesa, have been working together for, I lost track now, I think it's at least 6 or 7 months. Little context. So when the pandemic happened back February of last year, Hownd wasn't even thinking about working with municipalities and chambers of commerce and other types of civic organizations. We were going directly to rooftops to sell a foot traffic and revenue generating solution. And just a second here, Bob, if you want to kind of share controls, I can walk through a couple of slides. But fast forward, the pandemic happens. We, like every other business, had to pivot a little bit, and we're like, well, what can we do? What role can we play to help local businesses get through the pandemic? And so it didn't take us long to create a partnership with the city of Tempe, which was quickly followed up on by Bob and Jay and Sally with Mesa and a dozen other municipalities around the state of Arizona. As well as a couple of municipalities that we're working with in just outside Kansas City, Missouri, and just outside Orlando, Florida. And through those partnerships, the municipalities generously sponsored covering the fees that Hownd would normally charge a brick and mortar retail business. The cities are paying for that. And Hownd doesn't charge a sign-up fee. There's no cost to enroll. There's no ongoing monthly subscription cost. There's no hidden fees. The only charge that we ever assessed to a retailer was whenever we brought them a new or returning customer, and it's typically only a fraction of what that consumer's transaction value would be. And so we went to Tempe, we went to Mesa, we went to these other cities, and we said, we know you've got some CARES Act funding. We know you're looking for great ways to allocate that fund to help create some business resiliency initiatives. Hownd would like to be a part of that. And the way we asked the cities to contribute was sponsor our fees. There's going to be a return on investment for it, for the city, for the chamber, for the civic organization, whoever invested in it. And it was a great program for merchants because even though at the time foot traffic wasn't a thing, people weren't coming into restaurants and entertainment centers and health and beauty businesses because it just wasn't safe to do so. So we gave them the opportunity to pre-purchase what we called at the time support vouchers. You can think of them as digital gift cards and redeem them later when they felt safe and secure going into those stores again. So here we are in early April 2021. We're finally all seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Folks are going back out again and leveraging that pent-up demand that they have for all those months sitting in their houses and just going to work and not doing anything, not having any fun, not going out to restaurants. So what does this all mean? So we take a merchant's promotional offers. I mentioned it could be a gift card, it could be a buy now offer, it could be a coupon, it could be a value-added package, anything that the merchant wants to promote to entice consumers to come back into their establishments and do some business with them. Whether that's having a meal in a restaurant, having a drink at a bar, taking their kids to a trampoline park or a movie theater or a miniature golf course, or going to get a massage or spending a couple hours at a day spa, any of those types of businesses, those offers encourage people to come in, as you probably all know as successful business owners. All Hownd really does is we take your promotional offers and we distribute them through digital channels that you may not have access to on your own. You may know about, but you don't have the skills or the resources or the money or the bandwidth to do anything with. And we do all that work for you. And if I've got controls here, Bob, I'm going to share my screen and kind of walk through what that looks like. And let me share that first. All right, can you guys all see the Hownd effortless foot traffic on your screen? Okay. All right, so basically what I said, well, we create repeat customer foot traffic, brick and mortar retail businesses. We take your promotional offers, we put them through a number of digital channels. I'll walk you through those channels in a second. As I mentioned, no cost to sign up, no monthly subscription, no contract. And the fee that I mentioned earlier that we normally charge a merchant, which we call our pay for results fee, are generously covered by the city of Mesa. So it's truly a zero risk proposition for merchants who participate. The thing we've learned about the types of businesses that I mentioned earlier that they struggle with the most, restaurants, bars, and other types that you see here, is they have no expertise. They don't have the time, especially these days. They're too busy running the operations of their business and not spending enough time marketing their business. They don't or have very little digital presence. They're using DIY tools. If they're using any tools at all, they struggle with those tools. They're paying for software that's not actually getting them results. When you think about, like, Google pay-per-click or Facebook advertising or post boosts, it doesn't actually necessarily get a customer in the door. Where Hownd comes in is the intermediary between the consumer and the merchant. We make it easy for the consumer to actually take advantage of a business's promotional offer. And all that money goes directly into the hands of the merchants immediately as soon as the consumer purchases it. Really difficult for many of you. Just nod yes if you're challenged to kind of track the return on investment from the different things you do to market your business. Ad costs for Google AdWords and Facebook are enormous and getting bigger all the time. And some of the tools you're using and some of the marketing you're doing is very complex and it takes a lot of time to figure it out. So that's where Hownd comes in.
So Larry,
yep.
This would be a great opportunity to pause for just a moment because we've set up some trivia questions. And so if you would do me a favor, give control back to Sally for a second.
I can do that.
I've got it.
You got it? So we've prepared some trivia questions. So Sally's going to throw that trivia question up. And if you would throw in your answer. And this is, how many Mesa merchants have used Hownd since they started this program? So take a second and pop that answer in there.
Bob, is there a point we could ask a question also?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Which can be right now while everybody's answering their question. If you
like. Larry, just for reference sake, because technology is always a challenge for me and its implementation, especially. How does what you do relate to Groupon, for example?
That's a great question, and as you can probably imagine, organizations like ours, it sounds like you can tell from how I described this what the concept is. I always shudder when people try to compare us to Groupon, but it's a real thing where people mostly compare us. When they compare us to Groupon, they compare us to Yelp and other types of services that provide this, do this kind of thing. The difference is, as you probably know, with Groupon, they typically require a merchant to deeply discount whatever the fee is to a consumer. It could be 50, 60, 70%. And Groupon also typically takes 50, 60, 70% of what that revenue generated is from that consumer transaction. We don't do any of that. So first of all, how we contrast with Groupon is we allow the merchant to pick the type of promotional offer that they want to present to consumers at any discount they want to offer. It doesn't have to be any discount at all. It could be a value-added package. You throw in a couple of extra things with a typical transaction that a consumer would normally have with you. So we don't require you to deeply discount anything. You call the shots in terms of promotional offer. As I mentioned, Groupon typically commands 50, 60, 70% of that consumer's share of your share of the revenue when a consumer spends that money with you. Hownd's fee is typically a fraction of that, somewhere between 10 and 14%. It depends on what type of business you are. The fee is a little bit different if you're a restaurant than it is if you're running a day spa, than it is if you're running a trampoline park or some type of specialty retail store. And that fee does not change whether the consumer is spending $20 with you, $200 with you, or $2,000 with you. That fee is a flat, fixed, nominal fee that never changes. And the nice thing about that is it's super predictable. So, it's not 14% of $200. It's, it's 14% of whatever it is. That fee, that average 14% is just a flat fee, regardless of what the consumer transacts with you.
Thank you.
Yep.
So Larry, I didn't want to derail you if you wanted to finish up those last couple slides.
No, that's okay. Let me close this and share my screen again.
What is the correct answer? How many
Yeah.
merchants in Mesa have you found?
And
Bob, do you have that answer, or do you want me to give that answer?
you can give that answer if you want. Sally's got it, but
Yeah, so let me go to that slide. And probably since I first fed you these questions a few weeks ago, the numbers have changed a little bit. So right now we are up to 180 Mesa businesses that are signed up. Was that one of the answer options?
so at the time that we were given the question, it was 171. So
Okay.
Larry, you're sharing all the future polls information.
I know.
Slide.
buddy.
Closest without going over.
There you go. Yeah. All right. Hopefully nobody grabbed a screenshot and they have all the answers to the next questions. So, and so on this slide, you're going to see pictures of the different ways that we just distribute an offer. I think the most important thing and the coolest thing about all this is we actually created a special website just for the city of Mesa. It's very, very similar to the consumer facing websites we've created for other cities as well. I'll show you that in a second. So we take the offer, we put it on that web page as well. What's really nice about that is if consumers are not comfortable using apps or putting yet another app on their phone, they can literally just take this URL, go to that page, do everything on this landing page where merchants' offers are displayed without ever having the app. They can claim a coupon, they can save that coupon, they can purchase a gift card or a support voucher or a buy now offer. It saves for them. We'll send them an email confirmation of it, and then they can bring that into the store later. They can show it on their phone, or they can bring a printout of it to the merchant. So it's super, super easy. That's one way that we distribute the offers. As I mentioned, there's the app. It's called My Hownd. By the way, just to be clear, Hownd is spelled Hownd. So it's the My Hownd app. You can download it. And you can do those same types of transactions right there on your phone. You could search by type of business. You can search by the name of the business. You can search by the location of the business. And you could, again, purchase the buy now, purchase the gift card, claim the coupon right there on the app. We also display the merchant's offer right on your own website, assuming you have. Many merchants do. Surprisingly, some don't. And so when a consumer comes to your website, one of the first things they'll see, if you allow us to do this and enable it on your website just by passing some code along to us, a little tile will display on the main screen that says, come in now, buy a $50 gift card for, $35 or $40. And they can claim it right from your own website as well. And then we also distributed it through social media. We've got a really cool Wi-Fi service, which I'm be happy to talk to anybody about offline if you're interested in that. And there's a couple of other channels as well, but those are the main ways. And so I'm going to pause here. Bob, let you ask another question. While you do that, I'm going to pivot and display the promotion portal where consumers go to shop.
So I'm going to ask probably the most important question that will be asked in this meeting today. The mascot, does he have a name? What's his name? And is he a beagle?
He's a variety of dogs. He has no name. And in today's environment, he also has no gender. It is whatever you want it to be. So as we affectionately refer to it as GND. That stands for gender neutral dog. At some point, a little inside baseball, we talked about actually assigning a gender to the dog and assigning a type to the dog and giving the dog a little name. And we thought that we'd kind of roll that out through a little campaign, mostly driven by social media. And we decided, it's actually just fine the way it is because it causes questions like that and creates conversations with people. So no gender, no name, no type.
And as you can see, Sally has posted poll question number 2 onto your screen, which is how much revenue has Hownd generated for Mesa merchants so far? If you were privy to the screen sort of tip that Larry gave you, you might be able to actually, if you've updated numbers, yeah, you've updated numbers again. So your numbers are different than ours. So feel free to take a guess on that, and then Sally will post the result or post the what you've guessed. And the answer at the time that we received the question was $28,505.82. So as you can see, it's generated a lot of revenue for businesses in Mesa in a very short amount of time. Larry?
Yep. We're actually closer to 32,000 now, and that number grows every day. And now that we're all seeing that light at the end of the tunnel, we're seeing we've got lots of indicators, lots of data points and metrics and KPIs that we look at here at Hownd on behalf of all the municipalities that we're doing business with. And those numbers are starting to exponentially climb every day now that some of the bans have been lifted and consumers are going back out again. That is especially true with all the coupons that consumers had claimed early on, and we're waiting to use them. Now we're starting to see a ton of those coupons actually being redeemed. And Sally, as I've always told you and Bob, that that coupon claim metric is a leading indicator. We knew that it would be. It was the indicator that we were following, and especially following every day now as things are opening up again, and we're seeing a lot of those redemptions taking place. So that revenue number is going to climb significantly, hopefully over the next couple months or so here.
Which of course feeds right into trivia question number 3 that Sally has posted for everybody. So feel free to pop into that, and we'll get you an answer for that here in just a moment. But Larry, you were going to show everybody the portal?
Yeah, let me do that. All right, am I still sharing my screen, or do I have to do something else here to?
Nope, you're okay. I still see you. So
Got it. Okay. All right. So what you're looking at here is what I mentioned earlier. This is the Discover Mesa portal, where consumers can go in and discover the different offers available through all the Mesa merchants that are participating. And so they come here and they scroll down. They've got filters. They can search by specific business name, as I mentioned earlier. They can filter the offers by restaurants and bars, by experiential retail, as we refer to it, kind of things to do, places to go, health and beauty types of businesses, massage studios, day spas, pedicures, manicures, hairstylists, barbers, all the businesses in that category. And then specialty retail, hotels and lodging really falls under our other services category. So you see now we have 83 active promotions running, offered by City of Mesa merchants. A consumer can go here and scroll through. Let me find a gift card here. So here's one for Cree International, Nootropics. Let me see if I can find another one. Bargain Central Warehouse. Let's see if I can find a cool one. Here's for Got Roots Hair Salon and Spa. So a consumer goes here. They're teased by the offer that they see on the tile. They click the tile. You're still seeing what I'm seeing. They can purchase this gift card, a $50 gift card for $42.50. They can share this with somebody else. So if one of you wants to buy this and share it with Bob and Sally, you can easily do that right here at the landing page. You can also do it on the app as well. I'm going to click Buy Now. And I'm not going to go through the whole process because I don't want to share my credit card information on the screen here. But you just enter your you pick how many of these you want. You can pick 1, 2, 3, or 4. This is the price you're going to get. You enter your first name, your last name, your email address. That's only so we can send the consumer confirmation that they purchased this. They enter their credit card information. I need to enter as well here. Let me just actually do this.
So Larry, that's going to lead me to the next question. The answer, by the way, for poll question number 3, which was how many coupons have been claimed by Mesa nearby consumers, that answer is 4,317 as of the time that we received our information. But I kind of wanted to feed off of what you're looking at there and ask you, what's been the most interesting thing or interesting offer that a business has put on Hownd? Like what if somebody made an offer on Hownd with that was just kind of like, oh, that's interesting?
Oh, that's a great question. I wasn't prepared for that one. There's lots of them. The most interesting one that I've seen, I'm gonna kind of butcher the category, the type of business it is. It's they're scalp tattoos. So it's a tattoo business. I don't know if this was in Tempe or if this was in Mesa. So if any of you know of a tattoo business in Mesa, but they specifically focus on tattooing your head. So that was interesting to me. And I think it was, I want to say it was like a $100 scalp tattoo for like $50 or something. So that was one of the more interesting ones. The other ones are pretty standard. You know, restaurants offering a lot of gift cards like the one I just showed you, you know, $50 gift card for $42. You know, come in and get a mani pedi, you know, worth $100, and you could buy that for, you know, $75. Actually, I think it was $50, and you could buy it for $35.
One of the interesting ones that I just saw going through Hownd's website, because I'm that kind of guy.
Okay.
The Learn to Dive online. So it's a scuba diving course online.
Oh, that's a cool one. Yep. Yeah, there's, you know, and not to underestimate the discover part of this. I mean, yes, this website and what we do makes it super easy for consumers to engage with a merchant, right? Easy for them to claim and purchase the offers. The discover part is you're going to go on here and you're going to find stuff that you never even knew existed. Maybe you never even thought about it, or you thought about it, but you know, it was too much to do anything with it. So scuba diving, scalp tattoos, you're going to find some really cool stuff up here. So we definitely play up the discovery part of this for consumers. Good catch.
I think I just found another one.
What's that?
How about a donut burger?
Who offers that?
19th donut hole.
19th donut hole. There you go.
That looks very interesting.
Okay, so this leads us into the final trivia question, which was how many buy now plus gift card offers have been claimed or purchased, and that number at the time that we received it, the question was 152. So that's revenue that went straight into the business. Is that right, Larry? So these people have, you know, contributed to the revenue of that business by purchasing the gift card.
That's correct. So here's the latest numbers as of, I think yesterday is when I created the report for the city of Mesa. So 180 signed up, 94 with active promotional offers. That number's down to 89 this morning. It'll probably pop again tomorrow. That number changes all the time, daily. 158 buy now offers and gift cards have been purchased. 4,912 coupons claimed, 765 of which had been redeemed. As I mentioned earlier, now that consumers are going back in stores, we're going to see that coupon redemption number skyrocket. And then we add up a variety of numbers. Mostly it's coupons claimed and buy nows and gift cards purchased. And we call that the consumer transaction number. So over 5,000 consumer transactions since this partnership created. $21,000 revenue from coupons claimed so far, and over $11,000 in, as Bob mentioned, immediate revenue for the merchants from buy nows and gift cards purchased. So as you just saw, I kind of went through the website, I clicked on that tile. I bought the buy now. Within 24 to 48 hours, it depends, that money goes directly in full into the merchant's bank account. So they see that revenue immediately. Getting back to the other question, I forget who was who asked it earlier, another difference between Hownd and Groupon, as you probably know if you've worked with Groupon, I think they still do this. When a consumer goes in and buys a gift card or a buy now offer, Groupon hangs on to that money until the consumer goes in and actually redeems it. Hownd does not do that. That money, once it's purchased by a consumer, goes directly into the merchant's bank account. So that's another big difference between us and Groupon.
So let me ask a question of the group. If there were a particular business that you would love to see in the Groupon site, or not Groupon site, sorry, Larry, that you would love to see in the Hownd site, what would that be? Like, what would be your sweet spot where you would pull the trigger and buy something based on a particular business?
Is that a question for me or is that for the group?
No, that's for the group. So I'm just throwing it out to the group to get them talking. So, like, what's your favorite places to eat or do stuff with, or?
Well, for us, we're always looking for the food stuff, for coupons and buy one, get one frees. And there's actually quite a few of them on here right now.
Yeah.
The two businesses that I'm surprised I don't see on there, one of them was the Idea Museum. That was such a, like almost a downtown Mesa place to go to, especially people with kids. And the other one is more food places, a place called Grandma's Kitchen, where it's just, quality food, and, grandma's cooking type of thing.
What was the name of the other, the Idea Museum?
Yeah. And then Grandma's Kitchen was the other business.
Awesome. We'll definitely reach out to them. And Sally and Bob, if you guys know any folks there, you can introduce us to. I'll always take those introductions. We'll follow up pretty quickly.
If you don't mind me asking, Larry, I looked, like I said, into the website a little bit, and I saw on the leadership side of it, I didn't see your name specifically, like as the technology or as like the CEO or what specific role do you have in Hownd?
Yeah, good question. So I'm the Vice President of Global Field Marketing, global depending on the day. We've got a subsidiary in Australia. We've got a subsidiary in the UK as well, but mostly we're focused on the US. So my role is, so forget the title, what does that mean? That means I'm in constant communication with people like Sally and with Bob and Jay with the city. Same thing in Tempe, in Gilbert, in Apache Junction, in Casa Grande, in Kingman. There's a whole list of cities. My role is to make sure that merchants are signing up, all their questions are being answered, that consumers have access to all the digital channels where these offers are being presented. And of course, I'm working with folks like Sally and Bob to kind of tell them every week, every month, how the program is, how the partnership is performing so far with the city and with the chamber. So, and I create those new relationships with the different municipalities. We're always bringing on new ones. I'm always working on, I've got a pipeline of municipalities and civic organizations that we're trying to have the same kind of partnership with Hownd that the city of Mesa and the chamber do.
Gotcha, thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, Larry, you may have said this at the outset, but global business, but are you headquartered in Mesa?
We are headquartered in Tempe.
Okay.
Yep. And that's why our first municipality partnership with the city sponsoring the fees was that first one was with the city of Tempe. We're a member of the chamber there, just like we're a member of the chamber in Mesa. And so it was just natural for us to begin the whole municipality partnership concept with the city of Tempe and then Mesa. Sally and Bob, I think you guys were like next on the list or maybe 2 or 3 down the list, but once Tempe started showing some results, and it was very quick, it was within like 3 or 4 weeks, other cities actually started to contact us. And Sally, I think actually it was Jay or somebody in Economic Development Department that actually reached out to Hownd based on the press release they had seen about what Hownd was doing with Tempe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Larry, talk a little bit about, you mentioned very in passing, Australia. But there's a very significant reason that you mentioned Australia, and it's very recent in Hownd's growth. So just take a second and tell everybody why that has popped now.
Yeah, happy to talk about that. It's super interesting. So, when Hownd gets involved with cities, with counties, with chambers, also with different trade associations, we go all in. And there is a group called IAPA, which is the International Association of Attractions and Amusement Parks Association. They're based in Orlando. They are the main industry trade organization for the family entertainment business. And we have a big booth there every year. We do a ton of business with all of the attractions that are there. We met a company called Powered Local that was based in Australia that was also doing a lot of business with entertainment type businesses. We struck up a conversation with them. It took about a year to get the deal going, if you will, to get the deal consummated. Last week, 2 weeks ago, we purchased this company called Powered Local. They are a guest Wi-Fi service provider. So many of you who own businesses probably offer Wi-Fi to your guests. You don't charge for it, you give it to them for free. But you may not be monetizing that information that you're collecting from consumers. They jump onto your network. You may or may not require a lot of information from them. Or if you do, you don't display your promotional offers, like on that little piece of real estate on your Wi-Fi login screen. And so the reason Hownd struck up this relationship with Powered Local is they were really good at monetizing that consumer data that businesses were collecting when consumers and guests signed up for their free Wi-Fi. And it allows them to remarket to those consumers other types of promotional offers and to sell things to consumers while they're already in the place of business that they had not had thought about. And that could be a variety of things. I won't go through the laundry list, but Powered Local was really, really, really good at that. We saw Powered Local as enabling yet another distribution channel for Hownd merchants promotional offers. We've been doing it through the app. We've been doing it through the landing page, which I shared with you through social media and through the merchant's own website, but we weren't distributing those promotional offers on a merchant's free guest Wi-Fi service. So that's why we acquired Powered Local. They're based in Australia. Now they're based in Australia and the US, and now Hownd is based in the US and Australia as a result of that. And it's a really cool service. We've got some smoking deals out there for Mesa merchants or merchants in any of the municipalities where we have relationships with that are deeply discounted from what we would normally offer a merchant if they were to buy the service directly from Powered Local in the past, or buy it directly from us, not through their municipality partnership.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I did want to address, Shauna had put a comment in the chat saying that she wanted more coffee, but she's in Missouri. How close are you to Missouri?
So we actually are in Independence, Missouri, and we're trying to create some more municipality relationships around Kansas City, but we've got a great relationship with the city and the Chamber of Commerce in Independence, Missouri, if she knows where that is, which most people do. Home of Harry Truman, by the way.
As well as there's plenty of coffee locally. I know Jared's is on the site. They were at one point. So I'll just leave that out there. All right. So we do have some prizes that we were gonna give away to the fine people that attended today. So Larry, if you want to pop that back over to Sally, or maybe Sally will just kick you out. I don't know.
Here, I'll stop sharing. So Sally, it's all yours.
Can you see it?
So, yep. And we've got how many? We've got 3 $25 certificates. Am I correct in that?
Larry, you want to talk about the first one?
Yeah, well, they're all the same. So basically how this is going to work, correct me if I'm wrong here. So 3 $25 gift cards is correct. Not sure how you're going to pick the winners here. I guess you're just going to kind of spin this cool little wheel here. And so all you have to do is go to that consumer facing landing page that I showed you with all the Mesa merchants offers on here. Find a merchant of your choice that offers a gift card. Email me at larry@hownd.com which merchant you want that gift card from, and I will send it to you. Compliments of the City of Mesa and the Chamber and Hownd.
Are you guys able to see that?
See one, the first one.
There you go, Scott. Next one. Kevin Frost.
Nice.
I was really edging it there. I was thinking I didn't think so. Woo-hoo.
I love this, by the way. This is cool. Alicia.
All right, and Alicia.
All right, congratulations, guys. So you don't have to do this now because you're probably gonna want to spend a little time scrolling through all the offers and pick the one that you want. So one $25 gift card at any of the merchants on this website that are actually offering a $25 gift card. If it's a little off, if it's $20 or $30 or $35, that's fine. Pick one. Let me know the name of the merchant, send it to larry@hownd.com, and I will actually gift it to you right through the app. So you'll get an email confirmation, and if you have the app downloaded, it'll show up right in the wallet section of the app.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for doing that.
Our pleasure.
Very cool. Any other
Yeah,
questions?
I don't have a question, Sally, but I just wanted to provide just a little testimonial. I wish there were more people on here because I think this is really an easy tool for businesses to use and get some traction with it. We actually signed up many months ago, and Larry, just so you know, we're in Gilbert, but it was very, very easy. I worked with Daniel Lind, And then I think there was someone else on the customer success team that he passed me off to. I don't remember that person's name, but it was very simple. Doing the ad was simple. It was just very easy. And I think if businesses really understood just how easy this could be, and the fact that it just pops up, I have the app on my phone, you open the app, and I know you don't like to say it's a Groupon or like an entertainment book, but it kind of acts in that same way. And for people that are comfortable with that application, then they would easily understand it and how it works. So just a little testimonial there. And I really hope that more businesses can, get on board with it and take advantage of it, especially since there's no fees, being charged to the business at this point in time.
Well, thanks, Kevin. And by the way, what's the name of your business, Kevin?
Its official corporate name is Advanced Paper and Maintenance Supply. I think we did the offer under Advanced Champion Supply, but I can't remember for sure. It was actually late last year.
Okay, cool. And we actually have the same type of partnership where the city's covering the fees like Mesa does. The same thing's happening in Gilbert as well. So as you know, yep.
I did have a quick question for you. One last one for you before we all break off. So this is only for a business where it's an in-person transaction, where someone's actually physically coming down towards the business. It's not a service-based business. Cannot utilize Hownd software as a service.
Yeah, that's a really astute question. And so I'll let you know a little secret. We're looking to extend what we do and how we do it for brick and mortar businesses with physical locations to home services type businesses as well. We actually are piloting a program. I don't know if any of you are familiar with the conscious capitalism movement, but we're working with the conscious capitalism folks in AZ. I don't know if any of you know Scott McIntosh, who runs Mac 6 over in Tempe. A lot of their businesses, a lot of the conscious capitalism businesses are not brick and mortar businesses. They're home services, professional services where there isn't an actual physical store. So we're piloting with them right now to see how we can extend what Hownd does into that space as well. So more information to come on that. I'm really glad you asked that. That's pretty astute.
Perfect.
And why are you curious? I'm just curious.
Why ask the question? The business I specifically am is, and my family's business is all service-based businesses, where I often go into other people's one business and or home location to service them.
Okay, Kevin, feel free to reach out to me after this call whenever it's convenient for you, and maybe we can try to do something with you as well.
I will, Larry. Thank you.
Yeah.
So what other questions do we have for Larry? We've got him on the spot. Let's ask him lots of questions. Lauren, I know you got a question. I know you do. I know you're trying to eat lunch too. That's why I'm asking you.
Oh my gosh, you just scarfed it down. No, I don't. I think it's a really, really cool idea and concept and solution for a lot of businesses locally. I love how the towns are sponsoring them, and
yeah.
But I'm in banking, so I don't know how that would relate to me, but I think it's really cool for all the other business owners.
Yeah.
Spread the word, Lauren.
That's
right.
Right.
What you can do. Spread the
That's
word.
right.
So
Just for you, Kev. Just for you.
Thank you.
So Larry, this is a question knowing that we have at least one nonprofit on the call with us now. Have you given any thought to adapting the ecosystem to allow people to make donations to nonprofits? Or would they just set up an offer like, make a $8 donation or something like that?
Yep, that's exactly how it would work. The concept is that you see here, what I displayed is the same for nonprofit donations. So I'll give you an example. So we've got a really strong partnership with, I mentioned earlier, when we join associations, we go all in. We've got a partnership and a relationship with the Roller Skating Association of America. We actually ran their virtual conference and trade show about 5 or 6 months ago. As part of what the Roller Skating Association does is they also have a foundation where people can contribute money, and that pays for kids to come in and learn how to roller skate and have fun once a week or once a month roller skating. And so during the conference and the trade show, we actually created an offer for them, just like I showed you on that landing page. You click that tile and you can make a $25 or $50 or $100 donation. I think we raised about $19,000 in donations. It functions in the exact same way that purchasing a gift card or claiming a coupon works. So what nonprofit do we have on the call?
I'm with Mesa United Way.
Hi, Alicia. We can do something for United Way too. So if you want to learn more about how that can work, feel free to reach out to me and we can do something for you.
Wonderful. I'll be in touch. Appreciate it.
We're also working with Junior Achievement, which I'm sure you all know. Yeah, they had their big virtual trade show this week. Hownd had a booth there, and I think literally this morning we just put a social post up on LinkedIn and our Facebook page about they're accepting donations now as well to help fund the BizTown program. So we're working with Junior Achievement. It's another example of a nonprofit we work with.
Cool. Scott, I just check in with you since you're popping back in. You know you're a winner, right?
Yes, I saw it. I'm sorry. Jeff McVeigh called from the city, and I've been trying to get him for 10 days, so I grabbed it quickly. So thank you.
I just wanted to make sure you knew, because winner. Ding, ding.
Which, that will help salve a little of the pain from my March Madness bracket. So thank you.
So real quick, we've just got a few minutes. I thought I might touch base on a few of the chamber things that are coming up. Larry, thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate you being a part of the Lunch Mob event and for being our sponsor today. This video of this event will be available for anyone that missed today's spectacular event, but they'll be able to catch it on YouTube. They just won't be able to ask the questions live like you guys did. Anyway, we've got a few things that are coming up here at the chamber. I don't know if you saw an email come out from me this morning, but we have a bunch of opportunities for sponsors. So specifically, we've got the Women's Business Connection event coming up later this month, and we have the Coffee Time event coming up later this month. And actually, thanks to Lauren, I was able to change the Coffee Time event. It now has a theme to wear your favorite hat. So thank you for that, Lauren. So bring your favorite hat to Coffee Time. If you want to be a sponsor of that event, it's going to be a lot of fun because, well, I'm running it. So why not? But if you want to be a sponsor of either of those, please let us know. Also, I know Kevin had mentioned this at the very beginning of the call, but the Chamber Golf Tournament is coming up on April 29th. Yes, April 29th. I'm trying to keep all the dates in my head correct. On April 29th, it's going to be a fantastic day-long event. There will, of course, be the golf tournament itself that is happening out at Longbow Golf Club. And there are a number of great sponsorship opportunities still available for that. Please feel free to message Sally for details on that. She's happy to take care of you and your needs on that. Also, if you would like to give a raffle prize or a silent auction prize. So I've kind of told a few people this, but we're actually going to have a QVC style live show on the day of the golf tournament where I'm going to host basically the ability for people to bid on auction items through the day online. So I'm going to host interviews and introduce the items. And if you are thinking you might not want to watch that, I'll just tell you that Sally is going to buy my outfit for that day. So I just want to make sure you know how hilariously fun this is going to be, because it's going to be a tremendous amount of fun. And I'm using tremendous in the appropriate context. Also, for those of you that are interested in professional development, Larry Young is coming down for a very special 3-day seminar, just a series of sessions where he's going to cover a number of different topics. If you go on the chamber calendar, you can see the list of the different topics and the times that we have them scheduled. There's going to be a virtual option and an in-person option on those. You are absolutely welcome to register for one session or all of the sessions if you so choose. So please, please, please take a moment, go check those out. We are super excited to have him for that, because really this is one of the things that when we did our survey in February, professional development was very, very high on the response list that people wanted. So thankfully, we were able to pull Larry in and kind of tie him in the room for 3 days. I don't know about food. Depends on how many people register, I suppose. But please take advantage of that opportunity. And there are a couple of sponsorship opportunities for the sessions that you can take advantage of, where your name gets attached to the session title and you get some recognition from Larry. So definitely look into that and message me if you have any questions. Man, there's just so many different things going on. Did I get them all, Sally? Am I even like close?
There's a little state of the city.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Little.
So the 21st of April, the mayor is releasing the State of the City as a Mesa Flicks. So kind of a Netflixy kind of a movie release. We're all at 6 o'clock. We're all going to watch this. It's going to be fantastic. You can be a sponsor of that event and actually have your business brand attached to the event. And if you're a really interested sponsor, you can actually be a part of a pre-show sort of event that the mayor will be a part of before the actual film is released. So this is probably, this period that we're in right now is one of the most fantastic times for economic development in the city of Mesa that we've seen in probably 100 years. You want your name associated with that period of time. Like, this is a big moment for Mesa, and this is a great way to have people recognize your business as a part of that moment. So definitely reach out to us if you want to take advantage of that. So, okay, did I get everything? Is there anything else?
I just have a comment. I would really like to help pick out your outfit. So Sally, I will go shopping with you and we will get the outfit. I'm on board.
Golly, thanks, Lauren.
Just
Yeah.
so you know, we have a big turkey costume at Mesa United Way. If you are, because you are kind of a turkey, if you're in the
What?
need, and it fits
What?
John Zalakis, so it should fit you. Just keep that in mind.
I have, I don't know if anybody remembers Dorf on Golf, but I have Dorf on Golf in mind when I'm thinking of what I will be appearing in that day. So
And Bob, I was wondering if Larry was going to throw in one of those head tattoo coupons to top off the outfit.
no, thankfully I can hide behind chamber policy on that. I'm not allowed to get a head tattoo as per the chamber employee manual. I think it specifically says Bob cannot get a head tattoo, amongst other things.
Sally, I'm willing to donate that gift card if you're willing to waive that policy for just that event.
El Presidente is gonna waive it. Yep.
We should talk. Yeah.
Maybe
No.
if it's henna,
No.
something that's temporary, but tattoo. I don't know, Bob. I don't know if it will fit on your.
Oh boy. I see where this is going. Okay. All right. I'm ready. Let's do this. But thank you everybody for taking the time to join us today. Thank you to Larry for being our sponsor and our guest today. As you can see, Hownd has been super duper busy supporting Mesa businesses. You know, the numbers back it up. He's helping get money back into smaller businesses. And we just want to get more smaller businesses engaged in the process. So if there's somewhere where you do business that you think would benefit from engaging with Hownd, Larry's posted his email, and you are more than welcome to connect them and make that happen. So likewise, if you know someone that's not a chamber member, please feel free to connect them with Susan, because that's what we need. We need more. We need to be out there supporting every business in Mesa as best we can. So on that, if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to let Larry kind of close out our last 6 minutes or kick you to the door and wish you a great rest of your day.
Well, thank you very much. I don't need 6 minutes. I think just maybe 6 seconds here. Thank you for the time, Sally and Bob. Thank you for the opportunity. Bob, I think you put it really well there. In fact, I'm kind of slapping myself for not saying it as well as you did. We're all about helping small local brick and mortar businesses. That's the only reason we exist. It's our mantra. It's the thing that kind of drives us every day. Being able to do things like this with Bob and Sally, with the chamber and all the different cities that we work with, it is what motivates me to come in to work every day. And and earn that VP of Global Field Marketing title. It thrills us when we see new merchants sign up. It thrills us when we see that number of merchants increase, the number of offers increase, and especially thrills us when we see all those transactions taking place, because that means more money in merchants' pockets. So happy to help out any Mesa business if we can.
Cool. Well, thank you everybody for being here today.
Stay connected to Mesa Chamber social media, email newsletters, Monday morning message, and mesachamber.org to always know what's happening at your Mesa Chamber.